The MTA just announced the FNM swap, which is a great first step towards de-interlining the system. In today's video, we will look into another popular de-interlining plan, de-interlining the BMT. We will start with DeKalb Junction. Here, two Broadway services, N and Q, and two 6th Avenue services, B and D, switch onto their respective tracks through DeKalb Junction. First, the D branches off from the B and merges with the N to run down 4th Avenue. The Q branches off from the N and merges with the B to run down Brighton. Then, the R train would emerge from Montague right before DeKalb Avenue Station. These complex track switches make DeKalb one of, if not the worst junctions in the B division, or even the entire New York City subway system. Trains are often held and delayed here, and it limits capacity for the Brighton, 4th Avenue, West End, and Sea Beach lines. To fix DeKalb Junction, I would reference the Van Ude plan, where the N train will take over the B and run via Brighton Express to Brighton Beach. The Q will remain unchanged and run via Brighton Local to Coney Island. For 4th Avenue, it will be served by the B, D, and R trains. Since it is de-interlining we are talking about, we will have Broadway services on one set of track and 6th Avenue services on the other set of track. The R train will run local to 36th Street and then run via the West End line to Coney Island. The B and D will run express to 36th Street. Then the B will switch onto the local track using a new switch and run local to Bay Ridge, 95th Street, while the D will continue to run express and then run via the Sea Beach line to Coney Island. This route setup will avoid services that run different trunk lines in Manhattan, sharing tracks in Brooklyn. But de-interlining DeKalb is just one piece of the puzzle to de-interlining the BMT. In Manhattan, the City Hall S-curve limits capacity to 21 trains per hour, and the Herald Square merge, where the N switches from the express track to the local track in the northbound direction and vice versa, also limits capacity throughput. In Queens, the R train branches off from the N and W to run on the QBR local track via the 11th Street cut and vice versa. All of these merging conflicts eat into capacity. To fix these issues, I will swap the N and R trains in Queens. The R train will run to Astoria or LaGuardia Airport when it gets extended, and the N train will run to Forest Hills via 63rd Street and QBR Local, at least for now. Additionally, the W train will be discontinued. The N train will stay on the express track to avoid the merge at Herald Square. The lower level at City Hall will be reopened to turn around trains there, and switches will be modified at Ditmars Boulevard so it can turn 24 trains per hour. By rerouting the R train to Astoria, we could consider building the Astoria yard with mixed-use development on top of it, and then use tax increment financing to fund the LaGuardia Airport subway extension. If that were to happen, the R could go back to Bay Ridge as it doesn't need yard access at Coney Island anymore. But until that yard does get built, the R will go to Coney Island via West End. With all these changes, here is the increased capacity we get. The R train currently runs at 10 trains per hour to 95th Street. With de-interlining, the B train can run 15 trains per hour. The N train currently runs 9 trains per hour on Sea Beach. With de-interlining, the D can run 15 trains per hour. The D currently runs at 10 trains per hour on West End. With de-interlining, the R can run 21 trains per hour. Combined, 4th Avenue Express can get 30 trains per hour north of 36th Street and 15 trains per hour south of 36th Street, up from the current 19 trains per hour and 9 trains per hour. 4th Avenue Local can get 21 trains per hour north of 36th Street and 15 trains per hour south of 36th Street, up from the current 10 trains per hour. As for the Brighton line, the B and Q combined currently runs at 18 trains per hour. With de-interlining, the N and Q combined can run 30 trains per hour. Since the R runs 21 trains per hour in Brooklyn, but a modified Ditmars Boulevard can turn 24 trains per hour, we will have 3 trains per hour turning around at City Hall lower level to utilize that unused capacity. In total, we get 24 trains per hour on Broadway Local, north of City Hall, and 30 trains per hour on Broadway Express. Once the LaGuardia Airport extension is built, we can get 30 trains per hour on Broadway Local, north of City Hall, given the new terminal is designed correctly to turn around that many trains. In addition to de-interlining the BMT, I would also de-interline 59th Street Junction on Central Park West, with the B and D trains running express to Inwood, 207th Street, and Norwood, 205th Street respectively. Even though Central Park West is not a BMT line, This junction cuts into capacity on the B and D, so we might as well fix that to avoid capacity being deleted when these trains get into Brooklyn. I will go deeper into deinterlining the IND in a separate video, so stay tuned. Among the many New York City subway deinterlining plans, BMT De-interlining is on the top of my list. It would help significantly increase capacity and reduce delays on the BMT lines. I will start with deinterlining decal and then move on with other sections of the BMT. In fact, it seems like the MTA is looking into fixing decal already, as it is requesting information about modernizing the decal interlocking. Hopefully, the MTA will post more information about what they want to do in the near future. Even though people might complain about losing 1C rides and express service, the increased headways will make up for the time savings of an express train, and the 6th Avenue and Broadway lines run close from each other in Manhattan, so most people will still get their 1C rides with a short walk. If you want to learn more about the interlining plans in the New York City subway system, check out this playlist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in that playlist.